So as you can see, I've maxed out my battle pass. It's kind of embarrassing, honestly. I'm so frustrated after, like, the hours I poured into the game a couple days ago to max out my season pass, just for the game to lie to me about the actual ending of the season, and then introduce 2 times XP. Like, that is... that's peak humility. I like this. I don't really like that. I don't really like that either, honestly. No thank you. I don't really like anything else in the shop at the moment. So I will be saving. They only have the main show? Really? You know what I was thinking would be a cool addition to the show selection? Not only it's kind of a mouthful. Show selection that, like, picks a specific group of minigames to always show up. I would also like to see show selections that, like, fundamentally change the game. Like a show selection that's not only all platforming levels, similar to, what was it? They called it, like, the Gauntlet Challenge or whatever. Oh! So at the very top of this juice, there's always, like, a scum that forms, because that's just kind of something that happens with fruit juices. And this one in particular has, like, blended up mint inside of it. I just got pure fucking scum water. I got, like, a huge glob of mint leaf and frothy lime juice. Not a fan of that at all. Disgusting. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I would like to see show selection game modes that actually change the way the game is played. So, like, Gauntlet Challenge, except every single platforming game has slime at the bottom, so if you fall, you die, like, permanently. But I mean, you know, I was thinking about that, and then I also was like, why don't they just also... I suck at the video game. Why don't they just also add those as, like, permanent variations? And okay, for some reason, that man had all of the pushing force in the world. Okay, this is just a really fun game to play. I'm, like, immediately reminded of how awful this game is. Like, did not take me very long to hate absolutely everybody else in the lobby. Anyways, yeah, like, I don't know. If they were gonna do something like that, it's like, why not just introduce all of those variations as permanent additions? But, like, yeah. Oh my fucking god. I fucking hate getting pushed by someone else. Like, when I run into people, like, I'll demonstrate it. I can run into someone, and they are like a brick fucking... Oh, I wasn't looking ahead. Let me find... Yeah, look. I'm gonna run into this guy from the side if I get a chance. Okay, I did not get a chance. This is not a very good level to demonstrate. You know, I'm gonna get to the very end of this. Because, like, yes, I've fallen a lot, but it's basically impossible to lose this game. Everybody else... like, I know it looks like I really suck, but trust me, everyone else is sucking much, much more than I am. Or at least equally as bad. Including the people who are ahead of me. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's just the way of the world. When I bump into people, you see I bumped into that wimp guy, he was, like, not affected at all. Like, it just doesn't really push people because of lag. But when someone runs, like, headstrong into you, they'll fucking demolish you. They'll run right through you, as if you're a fucking leaf. A leaf blowing in the wind. Pushed by any natural force. Why? Why? Who was that? Let me fucking find that dickhead. Put him on the enemy list. It's that guy. The guy that just fell. Is it this guy? Yep, it's this guy. Alright. He's not even gonna win, so I don't even know why I'm contemplating adding him to the enemy list. He's literally just... This is how he wants to spend his time in the game. He has decided that he does not want to have fun. Oh, he's actually going for the win now. Alright, you are on the enemy list. I didn't even pay attention to what his name was, but I know his skin. He's got the shield on his back. He's got the blue hunter helmet. If I get an opportunity to murder, I got my target. It's just, you know, you gotta be a protector of the people. Because nobody wants to be the protector. Everyone's on the enemy list. Every single player of this game is either completely passive or does everything in their ability to be a dickhead for literally no reason. So I gotta be the anti-dickhead environment that I wish to see in the world. If I don't do it, nobody will. I don't really have an opportunity to kill him here. But if there was a game mode where you got this platforming level and there was slime on the bottom, then I'd get a chance to kill. That's what I'm talking about. I guess really what it comes down to is there just needs to be more variety in the game. More level variations are always welcome, but more so than that, just more levels. Like, variations definitely help. But I also think there's a lot they could do with the variations that they haven't yet. Like I was saying, like, just, you know, it's gotta be the world's easiest change to just introduce this exact same level, or like big fans, for example, but make it so that if you fall off, you're permanently erased. Like in Slime Climb, or... Is Slime Climb the only platforming level that actually does that? I think it is. But like in Slime Climb or Rollout, or any of the other games that have slime at the bottom, he's done it. The easiest of first places. Well, if I didn't get to kill my target, at least I can morally destroy him by being the first one to leave. Is that moral is not the right word I wanted. I can... mentally? I guess that's closer. That's closer to what I meant. Still not 100% on. I know I've been talking about how on I was today, but... the mental haze after work the past 2 weeks. Still got some scar tissue on the brain. Being in GameStop for like over 45 hours a week does something to you. It was some irreversible brain damage, for sure. My natural greeting with people is now, no, we don't have PS5s, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to recover from that. It will carry me to the end of my days. And so will my inability to speak my fucking language. I get so caught up in, like, how do I want to phrase a sentence? And I always, like, double back at the last second, which makes me slam 2 words together. There's actually some new versions of this game. What is it? Jump Club? There's some new versions of Jump Club that are actually dangerous. I think I showcased one of them the last time I streamed this, but didn't really talk about it because it was the first time I had seen it. Flippies? It's been so long since I did Flippies. Ooh, not what you want to see. One last flippy for the road. Actually, I'm just gonna super jump over the entire obstacle. I live this, don't worry. I live these. So that's what happens when you try and do flippies. I don't care about winning in this game, though. This is literally just a pastime. This is filler content. This is just because I had no idea what else I was going to play. I gotta think of more things to play on stream, though, because I am kind of running out. I've got some things that I obviously intend to finish, like Legend of Grimrock. There's so many things that I've started and haven't finished. I don't like thinking about that. On top of Legend of Grimrock, which is the most recent one, I've also got Pogo Stuck. I guess I can check off Mr. Checkoff. I can check off finishing a Minecraft speedrun. I've actually done that one now, sub 1 hour. That's pretty nice. But I got Pogo Stuck. I said I was gonna play Mario 3. Oh my god, Shield Guy also died! Okay, now I can completely change the narrative from I died because I was bad and trying to do flippies to I died on purpose because my target had abandoned ship. And it's my mission to seek revenge on that guy. Even though it's not really personal revenge, it's more just really, honestly, meritless revenge. I have no reason for seeking revenge on this guy, but he is a dickhead. And if I see him being a dickhead again, I'll know it's the real deal. Because, I mean, at this point, it honestly could just be another person with the same skin. Undecided. But we'll see. Dickheads love to stand at the top of that jump I just made and grab people before they jump. So I guarantee if I graduate here and see that he's there, we'll know we got a dickhead on our hands. Oh, he's not there! But also, he could have done it while I wasn't looking. He could have very well tried to grab people in the time that I was finishing the level. Because you don't really have that much time on this one. Like, he was grabbing people as much as he was on Big Fans because he knew he had the time for it. But, yeah, that match goes a little bit quicker. What was I saying? I was talking about shit I haven't finished, yeah. At some point, I did say I was going to go back to Terraria. I still haven't done that. I'm waiting for another Calamity mod update, honestly. I think I said I was going to wait until Calamity mod updated for 1.4, but I honestly don't really care if they ever update to 1.4. Because, like, the general consensus at this point is that 1.4 kind of sucks ass. So if they never updated to 1.4, I would be completely fine with it. I'm not going to say one way or the other, like, I prefer if they don't, or I prefer if they do. I'm just kind of indifferent on it. I would understand why they would want to update to 1.4, just because, you know, it is new official Terraria content. But I would also really understand if they made, like, a blog post about it and were like, we're not going to update to 1.4 because we all agree that it kind of blows dick. Because it kind of does. So, we'll see. But regardless, whatever the next Calamity mod update is, I'm probably going to... Oh! He's done it! I didn't think I was going to make that, honestly. There have been many an occasion where I've gotten squeezed right at the end and not made it instantly. What was I saying? Yeah, whatever the next Calamity mod update is, I'm gonna play it. Whenever that happens to be. Unless I'm already busy doing something else, that's probably going to be first priority. I've got a lot of other things that I've mentioned I was going to do, but I haven't started yet. Like Mario 3, I already talked about that one. There's probably a lot of other stuff that I'm forgetting. Like, every time I look at my YouTube playlists, I'm like, holy shit, I forgot I never finished doing that. So, I guarantee there's more that I'm forgetting, but, I don't know. It's also like, who cares? It's not like anybody who watches me really watches for one thing in particular, which is kind of a problem. Like, I've talked about that before also, but, like, it is kind of hard to get people interested in you as a person. Especially because, I don't know, I'm not all that. I stumble over my words a lot. I oftentimes run out of interesting things to talk about. But at least I'm always talking, you know? That's one thing I've got that makes me smile at the end of the day. What's that guy doing? Yeah, that guy doesn't have our best interest in mind. I have to be the change I want to see in the world. and push this rock in the right direction. There we go. There we go. I pushed it a little bit too much. But hey, I did push it. Oh god, we're all stumbling. Get it together, team! While I might not always have the most interesting and insightful commentary, at least there is always commentary. Just like a huge step up from, honestly, like, maybe 70% of Twitch, and that might be a little generous, too. So, hey. You know, I don't want to talk myself up too much. It's not like talking is that meaningful unless you are saying something interesting. But yeah, I don't know. People, like, when thinking about the streamers I watch, right? And, like, the streamers I actually like, here are the two categories. Well, I guess there's 3 categories. Let me think about that. In fact, let me fucking... When I get a chance, I'm gonna pull up my follower list and actually figure out the categories. There's a lot of people I followed... Okay, this is gonna sound maybe bad. Maybe I should choose how I say this a little bit carefully. Ah! You can't make that jump. There's a handful of people... Oh, he was just a dickhead for the fun of it. Let's go. Oh, the legends! Thanks, guys. You really helped me out on that one. Unicorn and Banana, you guys saved my life. Oh, do I really want to be a dickhead and get 2 goldies? Like, I would be pure fucking scum of the earth material. But I'm gonna do it. I'm so sorry to everyone else in the lobby. But, like, when you get the opportunity of getting 10 out of 6 rings, you have to take it, right? And both of them were golden. That's a beautiful sight to see. Anyways. I have quite a handful of people that I have followed because I am friends with them and, like, you know, want to support them and think they're cool people and deserve more viewers. So, you know, that's like my raid list, basically. But, I would hope that Nicholas, I would hope that Dick, I would hope that Donald are not all that upset that, you know, I honestly don't really have that much time to watch people, and the people that I do watch are people that I have watched since I was, like, 10 years old, and that is not a joke. I don't really watch new streamers, like, I'm fucking set in my ways, and I'll say the big one, since I've mentioned him a few times. The person I watch primarily is Northern Lion, and I've been watching him since he did Super Meat Boy content. So, it's like a good 8 or 9 years ago. That's like the primary person I watch. I really don't dive too much outside of that. So, my follower list consists of people I have followed because I think they're cool people and want to support them. And the other 2 largest categories for, like, oh god, Twitch autoplay on the front page. The 2 categories are, for, like, very successful, popular streamers, you have 1, people who have been doing this for 8+ years and were around at, like, the start of fucking streaming and YouTube as a platform, and 2, people who got famous from speedrunning. And that's, like, it. There's, like, a slight deviation on the speedrunning one, which is... Oops. Let me get my chat back open. There's a slight deviation on the speedrun one, which is not people who were famous for speedrunning, but people who were famous for just being absurdly good at what game they play. Usually it's just one game, though. People in those exception being Tolomeo, otherwise known as Tolomeo R. I watch that guy on occasion. He's very funny. But I watch him because he's fucking hilarious. That is not how he got famous, though. He got famous because, well, a number of reasons. One, like, a particularly popular other streamer who will not be named anymore kind of shouted him out a handful of times. And the other one is, he got, like, a lot of fucking Kotaku articles because he was really good at Dark Souls and did challenge runs where he didn't, like, roll during boss fights or anything. So that's a slight exception. I mean, you know, I guess you could put that in a third category, but that third category is a lot smaller of people who got famous just because they were shouted out by someone else who's famous. It's typically the first and second category. People who have been doing this for actual years upon years upon... God damn it, that fucking bar was so slow, and there were people behind me. Alright, I'm not gonna get caught up in that one. That is frustrating, but... At the end of the day, that was a death on me. Like, I fucked up that jump horribly. There was pressure because of the people behind me, and I didn't want to get pushed off, but I could have stayed farther back and probably have been completely fine. Anyways, back to the topic. As thrilling of a topic as it is. I really feel like, yeah, that is like the primary two ways that people really get big on Twitch is either... Okay, I mean, there are some other categories, but they aren't categories of people I follow, so this is like super biased, based on my anecdotal small sample size of streamers I watch. However, I do think it's a pretty common trend that extends beyond that. And I'm talking about, like, very, very popular streamers. I'm not talking about, like, you can be a successful streamer at, like, you know, 100 or 200 viewers, or less than that, honestly. Like, you know, would someone call what I'm doing successful? I don't really have numbers to show it, but I've been relatively consistent, and, I mean, that means something to me. But, yeah, like I said, I don't really have anything to show for it. So it also kind of varies on your definition of successful. But for me, I'm talking about people who regularly pull in the thousands of viewers. And, yeah, I really do think it's those two main categories being, okay, wrong door. People who have been doing this forever, or, people who have gotten very good at one thing. And I don't fit in either of those categories. It's, it seems like it's difficult to get any sort of, like, traction when you play a bunch of different games. I mean, there have been people who have talked about this before me. But, like, typically when other people talk about it, they talk about it in the scope of, like, already established streamers, which I think is kind of weird. Like, I have seen articles of people being like, variety streaming is dead or whatever, which is A, very stupid, and B, very stupid. But C, it's usually in the context of, like I said, well-established streamers, and not really people who are starting out. I mean, it makes sense that... Well, okay, that's not fair. I was gonna say it makes sense that there's not that much, like, journalism surrounding starting out streaming, but that's kind of the opposite. There's a lot of journalism around things to do and things not to do when starting out streaming and content like that, but it's usually just a bunch of, like, I don't know, like hearsay and things that anecdotally have worked for them, and like a lot of very obvious knowledge, like, hey, maybe put an interesting stream title, which I'm guilty of basically never doing. But like things like that. Hey, maybe diversify your content so it's not all on one platform. Ooh, I can't tell if that was first or not. And maybe there have been, you know, maybe there have been papers. 20%, not first place, goddamn. That guy was so close. So close to me, but he got the first. Maybe there have been publications talking about how it's not a good idea to swap around games frequently if you're starting out streaming. And I mean, I want to be very clear. I'm not talking about this like some pity party. Like, at the end of the day, I'm the one deciding to do this. And, like I said, I do not really care if I don't have numbers to represent it. I am happy just being consistent, or somewhat consistent. And I just have a fun time streaming. It's like a pretty good platform where I can just vent and talk about random bullshit, because that's something I enjoy doing, so... yeah, it's not like I need the numbers for streaming to be a good time for me. I do not care to make this into a career or anything, so... You know, the numbers don't stress me out on that level. I know a lot of people really do try and make a career out of this, which I find is fucking weird. I fucked up that jump. He fucked up that jump too! He fucked up that jump too! 2 in a row, dude! 2 in a row fucked up that jump. Holy shit, I thought there was no way I was getting that gold ring after I fucked up that jump. Incredible. Anyways. Yeah, like, I'm completely content with where I'm at. There is some, like, impossible to avoid, like, mental hiccups where I do get a little bit obsessed with the numbers here and there, but it usually surrounds me, like, doing good for a while and then dipping. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard to shake that away in your mind that that means you did something wrong to reflect that change. But it's you know, it's Twitch. Like, these are not just numbers, these are people, right? Like, these are people who, for whatever reason, you know, might just not be interested in watching a certain person for a while, and that's fine, you know? So I don't care. I try and get past it, and sometimes I have troubles with it, but for the most part, I'm pretty content at where I'm at, and am fine with the progress or non-progress, depending on how you look at it. Like, I haven't even been doing this for that long, so the fact that I get anything at this point is pretty sick. Not that many people do get anything out of streaming for, like, a very, very long time. And, you know, I've met cool people that I like playing games with, so it's hard to say that, that I'm sad about the way anything has gone, really. It's been pretty fun. And I'm continuing to have fun with it, which is the only reason I'm still going. Wow, you're just giving up, huh? You're just dead-ass giving up. You're not even giving up at, like, the top middle where you can get a very easy gold. You're just giving up entirely. Sad. Sad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to sound like a pity party. Though, I mean, there is some level of objectiveness to it, I think. Like, maybe not objectiveness, but, like, the odds are in your favor if you mainline one game. Like, it is a lot easier as a viewer to be like, yeah, I watch this guy because he plays this one game I really like. And depending on the one game, and depending on how good you're at it, that's like a very easy way of getting people to watch you, where otherwise they would have no reason to. Like, you know, it's a lot harder to advertise yourself as just an interesting person, right? That doesn't really come across that well, and it takes a little bit before people decide, like, hey, you know, I kind of like this guy's attitude. I like the way he talks about certain subjects. It's like, I don't know. It's like, yes, you can get away with variety streaming, and like I said, it depends on what your goals are. My goals aren't really to strive for the high heights, so I'm fine variety streaming at a at a void, basically. It's okay to me if not that many people or no one is around to listen. So long as I get my platform to vent, like, that's all I really care about. And it works. But, okay, I should do this differently, huh? You know what? I'm gonna be slightly slower, but a little bit safer by doing this. Oh, Sonic, I didn't think you could make that with a dive. I'm proud of you. Wow, this has been very streamlined by the other people. I kind of have to go fast, or I'm not going to make it. I should have known that I would have been completely blocked off there, but... oh! Pineapple gets 100% push! I get... I love it when the jump button doesn't fucking do anything when you press it. It's a lot of fun. I shouldn't have chose the route that had the most people at it. I don't know why I did. Why is no one making this yet? It's so fucking doable. Okay. Didn't grab. I'll get back on topic after this. Dude, I fucking hate this game mode. It's so bad. Okay, I know I'm not really playing that well here, but I'm a little bit panicked because I'm not going to make it. Yep, I didn't make it. It's just a very unfun fucking game. Like, all of the mechanics of Wall Guys are, like, janky and don't work half of the time, and also rely on other people to help you out. It's just poorly designed from the ground up. Anyways, enough Fall Guys talk. I've shat on this game plenty of times in the past. That was water. I'm not so confident about the rest of this lime juice after that one swig that was 100% grime and lime leaf. But yeah, I don't know. Where do I take this topic? I guess what I mean to say is, if I did care about the numbers, which I don't really, there's definitely a good case that I should be doing things differently. Like, you can't really market yourself as guy who is interesting to listen to or plays a variety of games, because, like, there's a lot of different people who do that, right? So you don't really stand out. But if you are, like, the number one, or close to the number one, in any given individual game, that in itself, especially depending on how popular the game is, draws people in. And if past that point, like, once you have the people there, you have proven that you're interesting, then a lot of people will stick around, even if you mix it up after that. So, I don't know, that's basically my thoughts on how streaming works, I guess. There's definitely a better path, basically. But that requires effort and playing the same game endlessly. And I don't really do so well with playing the same game endlessly. I have a bad habit of getting sick of games very, very quickly. So I keep things moving. Like, while it might be the quote-unquote right decision for the stream, and I hate talking about things in that way, it would definitely not be the right decision for me, because I would fucking hate myself if I had to play the same goddamn game every single day of my life. That sounds like a miserable time. I'm so far ahead of the competition. That's Wall Guys for you. If you get ahead, similar to Seesaw, actually, which is like an exact layout duplicate of this game. Or vice versa, because this game came out afterwards. If you're well ahead of the herd, you have a much easier time of it, because the only reason you're gonna fuck up in this game is if you get pushed by other people. It's not that bad otherwise, although I have fucked up in the past because I'm stupid. But that's its own problem. It's very, I don't know, I guess it's kind of, it makes sense that, like, if you're the number one in any given game, that would attract attention. But you also would think that by mixing it up all the time and playing a bunch of different things, that would also attract attention. But, not really, honestly. Like, if you're 0th place in the Twitch category for every single game you play, even if you're mixing it up and, you know, spreading yourself across a bunch of different categories, you're still not going to get noticed. Like, at a certain level, that might make sense. Like, you know, say I was averaging, like, 50 viewers. That's enough to get up above well over 60 or 70% on most game categories in Twitch. Depending on the game category, that would put you in number one, honestly, for a lot of games. So yeah, if you average, like, 50 viewers, like, bare minimum, then you can start to see some actual, like, you know, gratification, I guess, for doing variety. But outside of that, it's probably not a good idea. I just do it because it's fun, and that's the entire reason I stream in the first place. So there's also, like, a whole other thing that I haven't even talked about when it comes to streaming. I kind of briefly did when I said, like, there is a category of streamer who is just popular because they've been shouted out by another popular streamer. Technically, there is the level of, and I hate to say the word because I fucking hate it, but there is networking. It's like, I don't know, it's such a gross environment, and like, it sucks, because I've been in a situation where, like, there are some cool streamers I like that I would like to play games with, and I think, you know, but it's hard. It's hard for a lot of reasons. Like, okay, so, say that I am a streamer with, like, thousands of viewers, okay? And, I find another streamer that I think is pretty cool, and I'm just like, I want to play games with you, because, you know, I think we would have a pretty good dynamic, and it would be entertaining, or whatever the fuck, right? And that streamer I'm reaching out to has, like, 200 or so viewers, on average. You're probably gonna get a yes in that situation. Just because, like, at that point, the person that you're asking can tell that you're not just doing this because you want to, quote-unquote, leech off of them, right? Like, if you're the person with the upper hand, viewership-wise, you are not going to be looked at as a leech. You are going to be looked at as someone genuine who just wants to play games with you. And, you know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but, you know, you're probably going to say yes, because the person who has the lower hand in that situation is, you know, maybe not trying to leech, exactly, but they do have, you know, ulterior reasons to say yes to the agreement. Even if the stream doesn't go so well, it is still exposing, like, 1,000 new people that maybe otherwise wouldn't have seen their stream, to see their stream. Right? But it kind of fucking sucks. Like, that's the one thing that upsets me about numbers, is that there are cool people that I would be like, hey, I think it would be fun to play games with you. And, like, you know, we play similar games. I think something could work out here. But it's really hard to reach out when you are the person with, like, 0 average viewers. I probably should just get over it and just go for it every now and then. But I fucking hate... Like, I don't want to be seen as someone trying to leech. I hate it. But that is, like... That's the only thing that looks like, right? Like, if you go to someone who has, like, significantly higher viewer average than you, and you're like, hey, we should collaborate. It really just sounds like, I want more viewers and you have more viewers, so I would like to use you as free advertisement, which is so shitty. And people are actually like that. Like, I don't want to say that that's not something that is, like, feasible. There are real people who look at collaborations in that way and are like, yes, I'm just doing this to... Oops, I suck. I am just doing this to get something out of it on my end, which is super shitty. But it's really hard to make yourself look like you're not doing that when you're, you know, the 0 viewers to their hundreds, right? You just can't do it. So. Oh, thank God. That yellow dude is an absolute legend. I've done nothing this round, and honestly, it's kind of pathetic. But my teammates have helped out. Okay, there you go. I've done something. I've done something! I helped! I'm helping! But I don't know. Yeah, I should get over it. It's been hard recently, though. Like, it's not like I've even had a chance to play games with other people, really. I've wanted to play some games with Nicholas, but I've been busy with work, and he's also been busy with his new job, so... We'll get something going soon. And maybe I'll reach out to people, and try and play video games with, some new people I've never played games with before, but we'll see. It just depends on how they take it. Like, you know, I try and be genuine. I try and be super upfront. I try and talk about the things that, yes, like, I understand. This can be very easily interpreted as, a one-sided engagement where you really have nothing to benefit from it, but I just like playing games with people. And, you know, maybe I'll come across another person who just likes playing games with people. Hard to tell. But only time will tell. And who can say where the wind blows. Only time. Dude, I fucking whiffed. I whiffed hella hard on that one jump. Oh, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I can still make this. Okay, I don't know who the game gave that to, but about, like, 5 of us went in the ring at the exact same time. So I'm feeling pretty good right about now. On my screen, I felt like I was shoved in, like, first or very close to first, but apparently not first. There you go. Just, gave myself a hernia. Crunched my back. Oh, and the other dude didn't make it either! So if I hadn't fucked that up, I would have been free. It's okay, it's free anyways. There's so many different gold spawn locations in the middle. Like, it really is just stupid to not camp the middle, which is, like, a really unfortunate side effect of the way this game is designed. I wish it wasn't perfectly optimal to just stand still in the middle of the arena. Sometimes you do get fucked. There's exactly one time that I waited in the middle for about half the match, and not a single gold spawned. But even then, because literally everyone else was camping in the middle also, I still won because I just quickly ran and grabbed 6 while the others were waiting in the middle. But it's very, very unlikely that that happens. You can pretty safely guarantee that there's going to be at least 1 gold that spawns in the middle. Usually a lot of golds that spawn in the middle, though. I think there's always 1 gold on the map at any given time, though. And I think the problem was, on the one game, that it never showed up in the middle. The gold spawned in what I believe to be, like, a bugged location. I'm pretty sure it was a bug. The gold was literally, like, in a position where you could never fucking reach it. Like, it was at the same height as if it was in the very, very middle, like when the platforms raise up, like the drawbridges. It was that high, but, like, off into the side, where, like, the other ones that you have to push blocks to spawn. Except it was just way too high that you would ever be able to jump to it, even with a block. So, I have no idea what was up with that. Anyways, I've been talking for a long time. I fucking love this stream, though. I think this is a really fucking sick stream. I'm still coming down after that Minecraft, and, like, that was a really good fucking Zero Ranger run, too. Even though I soiled it a little bit in the loop, I'm still really happy with today. Kind of fucking sick. So even if I blew it in Fall Guys, like, who fucking cares, right? It's Fall Guys. Oh, you dickhead. You did that to both of us. And wow. Alright, so sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens in Hexagon. You just gotta accept it. The only thing you can do to really get your advantage back is start destroying literally every tile on a layer. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle. We can maybe recover from this if everyone else falls down lower. Yeah, all right. I got 1 more tile out of that. It's working. It's working a little bit. Oh, I fucked myself. I need to go. Yeah, okay, that guy fucked over both of us. We could have had a... Oh! Okay! We could have had a chance there. Yeah, I have absolutely no chance anymore. Unless a lot of people start falling. That guy's running like an absolute fucking dumbass. And yeah, I just couldn't get that jump there. Alright. I'm gonna do 1 more. Fuck it. That was a really upsetting Hexagon. Like, I don't know. I could have maybe done it a little bit better here and there. But there was, like, 1 engagement with 1 other person that went bad because the 1 other person decided to fuck over both of us for no good reason. That's what people, like, people play Hexagon. Okay. Here are the Hexagon, like, okay, how do I phrase this? What's that one meme? It's like the average middle school classroom. You got the jock, the nerdy one, the pretty one. Okay, here's that except for Hexagon. You have Dumbass, who literally only runs. We call those runners. Lap runners, even, on occasion. You've got Dickheads, who... their one objective is not win. I mean, first off, lap runners, their objective isn't to win either. It's literally their only objective in this world is to hold forward on their analog stick. So they don't care about winning. You have other dickheads who also don't care about winning, but their objective is slightly more insidious. Their objective is not only to not win, but they target one person and are like, alright, I'm gonna make this world a living hell for that one person. And, you know, occasionally they'll change their targets up, but we call those the sabotagers, who will sacrifice their own chance of winning just to ruin someone else's chance of winning. And then the only other category of person on Hexagon is people actually trying to win. And unfortunately, that third category is very rare. You do not get a lot of people, I would say in the average, like, Hexagon level, maybe 10% on average actually care about winning. Or at least do what's in their best interest to win. Like I said, you get a lot of lap runners, you get a lot of sabotagers. The people who actually play well and make the right decision in a lot of situations are few and far between. I might not qualify on this because I got a little bit shafted, and I just keep getting pushed by literally everyone. Because, God, this game sucks. God, this game sucks. Why did I choose to keep playing? I don't think I'm qualifying. I'm not gonna make it. Okay. So that's a good example of why that is one of the worst game modes in the game also. If you just get unlucky. Like, you have no control over your character. Like, when everybody is fucking running into the tiny doorway, it's just a fucking random number generator, whether you're gonna make it through or get bounced out at 1,000,000 miles per hour. But anyways, back to Hexagon, because I'm still frustrated over that. The only reason I lost that Hexagon is because very early on, I got targeted by a sabotager who was like, I'm gonna eat your tiles! Not realizing that they're also eating their own tiles. And they happened to land in a safe spot underneath, but I got unlucky and just fell straight for like 3 whole levels. After that, it was a complete fucking wash. Like, you can't really recover. I tried to recover, but it's hard at that point. So, you know, that's just kind of what you get when you're playing Hexagon and it's a really full lobby. That was a pretty full lobby of Hexagon. What is this pattern? Okay, I see. I see. I understand. But when you're playing Hexagon with a full lobby, just due to the nature of the fact that on average only 10% of people actually try, the larger the number of players involved in the Hexagon, the much, much larger amount of shitheads are going to be in the lobby. So, if you get a small lobby of Hexagon, and, you know, I can guarantee that I'm always going to be one of the 10% that is trying to win. So, already, the odds are in my favor that if it's a small lobby, I'm gonna be the only one actually trying. But when it's a fat, thicky lobby, you get fucked every now and then. It happens. It's upsetting. I haven't seen Fall Mountain today, though. I've also only made it to 2 finals, which is kind of sad. Dude, I fucking hate the games that I'm seeing today, though. Perfect Match is literally just a waste of time. I also called it Perfect Match, because I was drinking water. Alright, let's find our perfect match. I could see that TV show being a real thing on, like, TLC or something. About furries seeking true love. What? What? He's actually just AFK? I wasn't expecting that. Like, yeah, I try and kill people. No, 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 help me, help me. Are you also AFK? What the fuck? You were almost. I almost got you, you son of a bitch. I'm, oh, Oh, why? Maybe their teammate died or something, but that person just chose to... Maybe their dinner was ready. Their fucking mom called them. That's probably what it was. Who knows? Anyways. Yeah, perfect match just sucks, though. Basically. That's end of the line. Why are so many people dying? You literally just follow the masses and you win. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes! No! No! Pineapple fucking ruined that. If that pineapple wasn't there, I could have gone for it. No. I'm missing all my opportunities to get a double pushy. I'm trying. I don't trust this at all. Wow, it was actually right. I think this is the most people I've seen die on Perfect Match. And some of them were AFK, seemingly. Some of them intentionally chose death. I guess the rest were just 5-year-olds. Who knows? Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot more than usual. I like the perfect match that has an actual, like, obstacle in it, but I've never seen it myself. I've only seen it on video. But, like, perfect match, and same for Tiptoe. I think Tiptoe is a kind of shit game, and it's gotten more and more shit the longer the game has been out, since people are laggy. And laggy people just, you know, wiggle around and knock you off at light speed on accident. That's a lot of fun. But, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, there is a version of Perfect Match and a version of Tiptoe that has, like, a real obstacle on it. Why is blue? Why are we doing the worst here? Guys, what are you doing? Feels like half of you aren't actually pushing the ball. Anyways. You usually don't get other teams doing that strategy that I do. Like, that is the good strategy. You should be doing that strategy. But, guys, don't fight it. Oh, God. No, we lose. We straight up lose as fuck. Okay. I feel like red gets a little bit fucked there by having a hammer rotating in the opposite direction of progress, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? I think that whoever is in the middle of that one gets a huge advantage. Whatever. I guess I'm over it. Like, as soon as their balls hit the same point that ours did, they just went fucking flying. And there was no interference, which, to be fair, none of our team was actually acting interference. I was trying to at the end there, but, like, I could not have physically made it there fast enough after I guaranteed that our ball was going to make it down. So, a little bit fucking stupid, but whatever. It's not like Fall Guys cares about balance literally at all. They don't even care about making a good game, so, you know. I guess I can talk about the new season. I did watch the trailer, and let me tell ya, if only they put 1% of the budget that they spent on that trailer into actually developing the game, we might have something here. Because goddamn, that looked like a very expensive trailer. That looked like an incredibly expensive trailer. Like, yes, they're fucking soft body physics beans, but that was an incredibly well-animated trailer. Like, very, very professionally animated. Nice transitions, nice cuts. Like, it's absurd how much effort they put into that trailer. And by they, I mean the people they paid. It's absurd how much money they put into that trailer. And I don't know. Hopefully they've gotten more people working on the team. Obviously they have, because in the past 2 months that this season has been going on, I think it's only been 2 months, they have 7 new games, as opposed to the previous 3 that they did for the first season on 4 months. So that is an improvement. But we'll see how good those 7 games actually are. In the trailer, they did showcase a crown, and it was in an ice-themed level, so all I fucking hope, like, my dream is that they introduce a new final. I think they would be brain dead if they didn't introduce a new final. It's like the one thing people constantly mention is the fact that there's not enough finals, especially since Royal Fumble has essentially been taken out of the game. There's only 3 finals, and only one of them is actually fun. So, isn't that funny? But, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's exciting. 7 games is actually a decent amount for 2 months of work. I can't really complain about that. I think it'll be fun. You know, as cynical as I am about this game, like, I don't know. I do go a little bit hard on it sometimes. I'll be the first to admit. I do still have fun with it on occasion. I do think that there's a lot of problems that they don't care to address at all, and they have their own bad attitude about it. They're not cynical, but they're like really weirdly entitled about the decisions they make on their game. It's really just their Twitter presence that I have an issue with, but I've talked about that plenty. I will be the ball defender. Okay, my grabs don't mean anything. I am the sole ball defender in this ball world. Okay, I am now one of 2 ball defenders. Okay. Whole party has arrived. So long as you have 2 balls, you can't lose. You can only ever overtime. So that's the milestone. You get 2 balls, you're in it. Why did that go in that direction? Thank you. That made no sense. We both hit it against the wall, and somehow they got the advantage there. Just fucking jank-ass physics interactions. It's whatever. Looks like we're gonna go into overtime here. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't just lose. It's all up to us. Alright, we lose. Okay. I think I am actually gonna end Fall Guys here. God damn it, dude. This is what it's like. I mean, there are a lot of problems with Fall Guys. And, yeah. Playing it for a prolonged period of time is pretty hard to have fun with. So, I basically play it, like, at an hour at a time. That's enough time where I don't have to think about the game too hard. I can just talk about what I want to talk about, ignore the game, and then move on afterwards. That's, like, the right spot for Fall Guys to sit in. It's not very good. It's not fun. It's more fun when you play with other people, but, you know, that's kind of gone by the wayside when I'm the only person who still wants to play this game, I guess. Hopefully I can get, like, Nicholas or someone joining me for the new season. We'll see. But, yeah, I'll play for the new season, for sure. Until then, who knows what I'm gonna do. I was thinking about doing a randomizer soon, since it's been ages since I've done one of those. I might do a Link to the Past rando tomorrow, and maybe some Grimrock afterwards. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna try and start earlier tomorrow, too. Also, race day. Sorry. I meant to talk about this way sooner. I forgot it was Saturday, basically, is what it comes down to. There was a fairly likely chance that if I had talked to the squad a little bit earlier, we would have actually had a blind race today. But I woke up at 5 p.m. and honestly just had no idea what day it was. It's like I said, mental haze. Mental haze is still present. I'm not used to having days off from work. So, yeah, I need to get my schedule a little bit shifted backwards so I'm not waking up at 5 p.m. And hopefully, we've got a few people who have said they'll be there. Hopefully, next Saturday, I can do a blind race with the squad. That's gonna do it for today, though. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Thanks everyone who stayed from Donald's raid. Thanks again, Donald, for the raid. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some.